Happy
Hello.
Friday, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Friday.
Yes.
Friday. Friday. I love it. You guys, I feel like it has been like 2 weeks since I talked to you all.
It does kind of feel like this week was longer.
Yeah, it really does. No, TT, that I meant no, it wasn't long for you.
Trying to I'm like, what were we doing last week?
I'm like, did she take
Sorry.
What I
There's a lot
kind of
going on.
I mean, you and Ebony were turned up last week.
Oh,
Yes, we were. Yes, we were.
Okay.
Especially
I'm like,
That was
like,
Saturday.
what is
That was
weird?
Saturday, not Friday. Saturday.
that was Saturday.
Uh-oh.
We had a
Was that Saturday?
wonderful time.
That's how you know they was turned
That
up.
was
She can't
Sunday
remember
or
what year it was.
Saturday?
That was
was
Saturday, friend. It was Saturday.
Oh.
It was Saturday.
Y'all was turned up for 3
What
days
was you
straight.
thinking, PT?
Nothing.
No, Dana, we can't do the 3 days in a row anymore.
No, Jesus.
Those
no.
days are done and over. Okay.
No.
We have a one and done policy. One and
Yeah,
done.
no. You pick the day.
You might do one day, but you're gonna be done for 2 more. So
No, we good. We'll be good. We'll be good.
Hey, Dana, we working a firefighter. We working a firefighter schedule now.
And
We do
that
Right.
24 on, 48 off. That's what
You don't believe that?
That one day has to be early in the weekend, so you can use the remainder of the weekend for
Get your
recovery.
life.
To recover.
So that by the time work rolls back around, you ready.
Yeah.
Right.
no comprende de work. I am tired.
You don't have to rub
Yeah.
it in. You don't have to rub
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah,
And
Dana, you
there
don't
are
know
those
nothing.
of us that still are on this grind. Let us do our thing, okay?
Right.
Let us live our life.
Live it.
Dana don't know nothing
And
about
Dana
that work
don't
life
go
no more.
back
He
to
done gave it up.
6 o'clock in the morning text messages, 5 o'clock in the morning. You supposed to still be asleep.
Yeah.
You got the bus.
Listen,
Right.
Like,
Little
Y'all leave
known
Dana
secret
alone.
is all of my stuff is off until about 6:30. Stuff that pertains to work, I'll be like, no,
6:30 p.m.
Don't be like that.
a.m. because they start at like 5 with like messages and emails. I'm like,
Yeah, because you're
Well,
having
Dana, mine are off too.
yeah.
Dang,
Well,
Dana.
no,
Don't have any emergency.
the successful people get up 5 o'clock. In the morning.
Only regular people in the group, the family can get to me at that time.
exactly.
Well, I know who's not trying to get to you at that time because I am not talking to nobody before 10 o'clock.
I know that's
Dana.
And that includes me. When I'm laying next to
Don't
her.
feel bad.
Right.
Same thing.
You tiptoeing, Roy. You tiptoeing.
Listen,
don't talk to
I
me.
even
Ron.
control my
Same
sleep. I
thing.
be, she might wake up.
He's so stupid.
Hey, I work long days, real long days. So when you work that late, you just can't just turn on just because the rest of the world is on. Because guess what? When you was working, they wasn't on.
I understand.
Right.
You know, I get
Nobody
it.
was on when I was working. So
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
Right.
Exactly.
well,
Right, Dwight.
that
You
part.
better quote that. You better quote that.
You wouldn't know when I was hooping and shooting.
Right.
The great philosopher Richard Ross.
The great
So what happened this week, guys?
Let me. That's the question I have.
What?
Are we anticipating the fights?
No, wait. Before we even get to this weekend, what happened in Miami? I mean, it was like
It's
Right.
still happening.
shootings
Right.
and-
A lot of stuff going on in Miami right now.
Complete
He
chaos.
left Atlanta and came to Miami.
Complete chaos.
Sure did. It's still happening. I just saw something else
Yeah.
about something that happened on the beach. I'm like, why are y'all over there?
I just saw
But you
something
leave
about,
your guns at home. That's all
I
we say.
know. I just
Leave your
saw something
guns.
about two young African American boys, both 17, that did a shooting in September.
They were
And
16
they are
at that
being
time.
apprehended and are getting ready to, go through the system and stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So-
I don't know what's going on.
Are you saying there have been
I mean-
multiple incidents?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been multiple mass shooting incidents.
Mo,
there have been several incidents here in Miami over the last, say, month or so, in which that have just erupted in gun violence. And I was having a discussion with one of my partners who we play basketball with, and he's put together like somewhat of a professional task force to kind of go out and try to combat this gun violence. And he was asking me, because he's not from here, he's actually from Philadelphia. Okay. He was asking me, like, what do I think is the problem? And I told him, man, I think that one of the biggest issues that we have in our communities, especially for our disenfranchised Black and brown people, is just the simple fact that it's a lack of hope, and then there's a lack of resources and a lack of humanity. And that if I don't believe that I can overcome and supersede my circumstances to become something great in life, then I definitely don't give a damn about my brother. And it's easy for me to kill him or to be beefing with him, because I see him as less than human too, because we're all in the same struggle together. And we got to get to a point, man, where first and foremost that we just humanize each other and understand that we're all in the same game, man. We're all in the same game, and we're all trying to accomplish the same thing. And these kids, they just have literally no regard for human life, and it's really, really, really sad, man.
I think
really
that's
sad.
a big point. I think that's a big point. I think that's it more than not having the resources and all this other stuff. I think it's just they have no care or value for anybody's life outside of theirs.
But it has to be an underlying reason why, though.
Well, I think part of it is that they all living on the internet, man. And I get it that we've all been doing that for the last year, but like even before the pandemic, teenagers have been living almost exclusively on Snapchat, on Instagram, on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Like, and literally sending these messages to each other. So like, you know, back in like 2018, we were trying to do intervention on this, and they were like, these kids are sitting there dropping lyrics, you know, to particular songs in the background while they're sending the message to somebody else. So it's like a whole deeper code thing. But it does go to April's point and your point, Miles. It's like they have no regard. So it's just like you mad at somebody because they beefing with you, and they put somebody's song behind them while they were talking about it. So now it's about me. And then now I'm posting that I'm about to be up at this spot in Hialeah, you know, so catch me out there. And that's what happened with the situation that broke out in Hialeah. Was basically you posting, you on live, like I'm here, and the people who needed to come get you when it got you.
Dwight, you're not in our text group, but I forwarded a little documentary clip to Dana and Roy about some of the gun violence, and we're just talking about what's taking place here in Miami. In Duval County and Jacksonville, what they got going on between the west side and the east, and the west side, the south side, and the east side, it's absolutely ludicrous. Insane.
Oh, that's all you see, Avis? That's all you see?
That's it. She don't. Yeah,
that's all you see.
It doesn't even matter.
Right.
It don't even matter. But you know what else I think it is? I think it is a little bit a level of I mean, not talking about the gun violence part. I'm talking about why people are out here in the street wilding. It's like a little stir crazy. Like they had been inside a little bit too long. Like, what is it called?
Cabin fever.
Cabin fever. So they're outside just doing anything because they just happen to be outside.
Absolute most. Like it's so funny. What? Like to take it away from gun violence, I was talking about a friend of mine who threw a party, said so that they're at the party, got the DJ going, the music's pumping. Somebody comes in with a Bluetooth speaker at the party that has the DJ. You're just like, well, that's what we doing now? You bring your own soundtrack to the club? Like,
just for no reason.
That's so disrespectful.
For no reason. I think people have been locked up too long. And I think that, now I'm not talking about the gun violence. I'm talking about the foolishness that we keep seeing.
Hey, Belinda.
Yes.
Yay. Yes. All the foolishness that we keep seeing. So I think that has a little bit to do with it. Not the gun violence stuff. The gun violence is on another level. They don't have a care.
Well, I do know here in Miami.
I'm curious about how do rappers, or how do these kids from Duval have enough sense to go after each other, but George Zimmerman's still walking around?
I'm gonna bring that up every year.
That's you know what that is because they're afraid that they will get
you
caught.
touching nerves now, Roy.
Wait.
Let's put this in perspective.
No. They're afraid they'll get caught. But if they
you
kill
gonna
each
get caught
other,
anyways.
they're not gonna get caught with each other because nobody's snitching. They'll get caught with George Zimmerman. But messing around with each other in the neighborhood, they're not gonna get caught.
You got disregard for your neighbor. You got disregard for this other gang member. You got disregard for this rapper. George Zimmerman should not be walking around.
I agree, but that's not going to stop there.
I think there's less of a concern long as it stays within the community.
Give up their freedom. Somebody that has to be ready to give up their freedom. But these kids are not going to. They're not going to get caught. You know how much stuff is going on, and they keep videoing it. People know what's going on.
The thing about it is it's the emphasis. It's the emphasis, right? So
it is,
and that's been going on for forever too, right? So they're fine with it. And you're right, April. To your point, you're right. They know about it. They know that law enforcement knows about it. They know that it's going on. But it's us killing us, so they don't care. They don't care. The moment it comes, it goes outside of the black and brown communities. Now it's a problem.
Right.
Okay, well, now it's a problem, and now we're coming for you, and we're gonna put you under the jail. You know, as long as you're doing it right there, they don't care.
Our us killing us is not more than them killing them. I just want to throw that out there because there is a stigma that seems as if we're just killing each other, and that's not the case. Races kill themselves. Absolutely. Each race has a percentage, and ours is not greater than white on white crime. Hey, did you guys hear about this? This happened this weekend. Also on Memorial Day, the veteran whose microphone was cut. Did you all see this?
Yeah.
It was in Ohio. Yeah, let's watch this. Watch this.
We're talking about history. Yep, the mic was cut when 77-year-old former Lieutenant Colonel Bernard Kempter started to talk about the role freed black enslaved people had in establishing the holiday. I want you to listen to when he started talking about that very history.
Yale historian David Blight, asserting the holiday is rooted in a moving ceremony, was conducted by freed slaves on May 1st, 1865, at the tattered remains of a Confederate prisoner of war camp.
So he continued to talk about how black people in this country honored the dead after the Civil War, and that's when the audio went out.
They were carrying armfuls of flowers and went to decorate the graves. Interesting that there would be a tie back to Hudson with that song from John Brown.
Most importantly, whether Charleston's Decoration Day was the first is attended by Charleston's black community.
Mike.
Hey, Jay, Mike. We'll continue on. This is why you moved in closer, so you can hear this.
Kempter kept going, but here's the thing. Event organizers say they turned off the sound during that part of the speech on purpose. Going on the record with the Akron Beacon Journal, the chair of the Memorial Day Parade Committee says organizers wanted that part excluded because it, quote, was not relevant to our program for the day. Now the American Legion of Ohio is investigating what happened since the local chapter put on the event. We're going to...
Yeah.
Why in
Ohio? My.
Yeah.
Do you not understand how hard they are trying to erase black people from history?
Come on, Mo.
You missed Ryan said those two magic words, John Brown. That was it.
Right.
That was it.
Jody, it actually wasn't AJ. AJ was the sound technician, and the sound technician was told by the event coordinators to cut his microphone, and he did not. So the event coordinators then proceeded over to the technical equipment, cut his microphone, because they said that what he was delivering didn't go with the event's origin and what they thought the event should be about, and that they told him to change his keynote speech to remove that, and that was not relevant. And he said, no, I'm not changing my speech. This is a part of Memorial Day, and Ohio needs to know what is going on, and that was why he did what he did. Oh, I just want you to know, because he didn't give the full story, but that's the backstory to what happened.
There's that respect for the military that they always cry about.
Right.
No respect the military.
Right. Until you black. Until you black. But I'm gonna say this to you. I don't trust anybody that say they're gonna do some research in the background, or we're gonna look into it. I don't trust nobody, because anytime you hear something, they're gonna investigate. It never turns.
But if we hold their feet accountable, especially in this environment. No, Dwight. Okay, I'm.
No. I agree 1,000%. I agree 1,000%. I guess the thing that first came to mind was, so I watch the History Channel on a regular basis, and they actually got a whole show dedicated to aliens coming to America and building all the like black and brown monuments that we know about. Like,
what facts are that?
So I want you to think about how deep that goes. That white folks cannot contemplate the idea that black people 3,000 or 4,000 years ago built the pyramids. They just they're like, we're not able to do it, so it could never have been done.
It had to be alien.
Right. So it has to be.
So it had to be.
What? Let's make that somebody came from out of space to here, because this is just what they wanted to do and bless us with these monuments.
Yeah, it's so wild. Right. So there's a brother named Ivan Van Sertima who wrote a book called "They Came Before Columbus." If you ever read it, check it out. But he was, here he is pointing out simple fact. Pyramids exist in Africa and South America. And so he devised, just looking at statistics and facts, that black people visited South America and then went back to Africa. I know it's a crazy concept that, to go to a place and not plant a flag and be like, it's ours now. But that's basically the conclusion that he drew. And immediately white folks was like, under no circumstances. There's no way.
How can he get there?
Could have traveled.
How would he even get there? That don't even make sense.
And so it's just like it's the thing. It is always laughable that that's the thing. So I agree.
All they did was
accountable.
I think for me, I was just more like about that video. I had not heard of that story, and I was just more astounded at the fact that was a white male delivering anecdotes about Black history, and they cut his mic. Like, I thought when we first started,
it's not about who delivers it.
It's not.
It's the content.
It's not. It's
they
not.
Don't
but
want the content out.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying from the perspective of when Jessica introduced the story, I thought it was a Black gentleman delivering. That's what I
no discrimination when it comes to that.
I was like,
no discrimination if you're trying to support him.
Miles, he was
so that's the way right there. Support.
He was an older white man.
Oh no, but he was a decorated veteran.
Yeah, he's a veteran. Okay,
American history.
He's older.
American history.
Yeah, in Ohio is not racism.
Ooh.
Right, Ohio's the South, just like Missouri.
No, Ohio is worse than the South. At least down here, I know who don't like me. And that was a distinction that I made when I first moved here. At least when I'm here, I know, do not go over there because you are not welcome there. They are flying a Confederate flag. Don't go over there. In Ohio,
oh no, don't go to Columbus because the police will shoot Black people. Don't
go anywhere because you don't know who doesn't like you.
Don't go to Cincinnati because the police will shoot Black people.
Absolutely.
Come on in. Then you hear that T and the
Oh, and you go into the sunken place?
Yeah, look.
Scary. Scary.
Look at Ross.
That's scary. That's scary. That's scary. Oh, Indiana's just as bad. Okay.
The Midwest
Kevin, I'm gonna go a little closer and just be right outside of Atlanta. You did. Hey, and let me tell you, scary. Very scary.
Because what happened is all of them moved. Our ancestors moved from the South to the North.
I don't know.
Well, I had an interview earlier with Senator Jones, and he said, well, everybody who has the same skin color as you ain't kinfolk. It's just people out there who are just bad. They're just evil people, and they come in different shades.
Yes.
They just come in different shades. The common narrative for this show is we just talk about what's important to us. That's just all that it is.
Something petty. That was
one time for the FUBU sponsorship.
Yes,
for us by us.
For you? Oh,
for us.
Thank you, April. As you put the lip gloss on camera. On camera.
Listen, you forget April got fans from all them times when she was standing up.
Wear a shirt.
There's a whole subset of April fans out there.
I'm looking at myself and I'm like, girl,
Dwight, did you saying April Jeezy got OnlyFans? Have I been excluded?
No. April don't have no OnlyFans. No, sir. Okay.
What I'm saying is they got a group. They got a fan group out there somewhere in Ethos of people who just be waiting on April to stand up again.
No, that's not true.
Yes, Jody, you are right. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
It's a minority allowed to exist.
You see how she did it? She was like this.
Well, all I gotta say is, let me find out. My sister got a fans only page.
Your sister ain't got. Your sister barely.
Watch.
Listen,
because all I'm saying is that girl making a lot of money.
No, and I just want to know why.
You hear me?
Why have I been cut out of the viewership? I don't know.
You're making a lot of money.
I should get at least a discounted subscription, should I not?
Listen,
this is not an entanglement, not Miles. No, that's not what we're doing.
Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it.
That is not what we're doing. Okay,
sir? She said he was professional at this, Miles.
No.
Actually, her OnlyFans thing is at let me stimulate you mentally.
Oh,
at mental stimulation.
They didn't see the last word. They didn't get the last word. They stopped that.
Let me stimulate you. Not mentally. Look, did anybody see the Tulsa Massacre documentary on CNN?
I did.
I did not see it, but I definitely plan to watch it.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
I did. It made me angry, of course, as I expected, but it gave me such a sense of pride to know what we've done, what we can do. You can't kill us. You can't. We gonna keep coming back.
You not know how long they keep trying to kill. That's what I just said.
Coming back.
We here to stay.
Energy you using?
They had no plans for us after slavery, so they
Oh, sorry, you are funny.
What really resonated with
you are funny.
All about jealousy. You were
what I'm saying. All of this is about that.
Ain't nothing changed.
You didn't want us over here, so we went over here.
Right.
And we made our living arrangements and our quarters much better than yours. And then we found some oil. And now you want to come take it all back. And because you can't get it back, you're going to burn it all down.
Yeah.
But see, this is my thing.
Yep.
The people that did all the work, you free them and they keep doing the work and they build itself. Now you haven't done none of the work and you wonder why your stuff is not grown up. And now you jealous because the people that did all the work has built up and continue to do what they've been doing all their life.
Petty moment.
Okay.
Miles, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
We just
no. We gotta find Dana. Go ahead, just take over.
Wait, let me just say this. I got a phone call last week. They asked me. They said, "Did you guys get fined by the FCC or something?" I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I said, "What are you talking about? The FCC?" They said at 5:55, I go over to my bar. I get myself a nice little drink. I come over, turn y'all on. I'm drinking by myself.
Wow. Right.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of happy hour is this.
Right.
I said, you know what? We're going to have to do something about that. My apology. There's no way we can continue to promote this show and say it's happy hour and nobody on the show is indulging. And sneak peek, we have a surprise for you next week. Yeah. We got a surprise for you next week. But Miles, I need you to get on your job. Okay,
Miss Mockins, I will oblige.
Okay.
Thank you.
You've been reading Green Eggs. Here we are. I don't know. You need to pick up your books again. I don't know what's going on.
You got to pay for that thesaurus app, Miles. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, no. In accordance, and to piggyback off of what Dana said.
Not piggyback.
Here we are as a people who have been deracinated from our country.
That boy came on. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. You heard it.
Yes.
You heard it. You heard it. And you know it's a big word because I don't even know if he used that in the right context. We don't even know. We don't even know. We here for it.
He just said supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
We've been deracinated from our country of origin.
You don't know if that's a city in Asia or a word.
Found a way to emerge triumphant in the face of adversity, in the midst of our circumstances, in the midst of slavery, in the midst of our families being torn apart, in the midst of everything that we've been through. And now we're thriving educationally, we're thriving socially, we're thriving financially. And like Mokita already stated, just deeply rooted in hatred and jealousy.
Yeah.
They burn everything. They try to eradicate. There's another one for you. They try to eradicate our footprint. you know that one, Roy? They try to eradicate.
Hey, Roy, he on the comeback trail, so give it to him.
I barely passed the SAT, but I know that word. Okay.
He on the comeback trail.
Listen, I looked up deracinated. The act of pulling up or out, uprooting, cutting off from existence. Yes. That was a good word and a great use of it, Miles.
Thank you, Mo.
Is the second definition a province in China as well? I mean, it's just they could have been that too.
Hey, Mommy.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that.
But look, speaking of Wall Street, Hugh Harper actually launched a investment app, and he was saying like Robin Hood is really robbing the hood, but it's black people taking money back and putting it back to our own communities, but also using his app to download all the cryptocurrency and everything else. So Hill Harper's app is, I downloaded it last night.
But my thing is, Roy, we put everything on the map.
We do.
Anything that comes on the map comes through us.
It's called Wall Street, TT.
Okay, all right.
The Black Wall Street. It's the Black Wall Street.
We do. Well, so that was May, and now we're in June, and y'all know what June is?
Black Music Month.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking
So let's do it. Hold on. So let's do it like this. We're not gonna purposely do this, but Roy and Mokita, you will be excluded from this conversation.
Listen, I'm honorary. You can't get me off the show, son.
Mokita ain't going nowhere.
Sorry, Roy. I'm sorry, Mama.
This is Black.
Unless you can finish this. Listen,
Mokita money about to go to Clark Atlanta University, so she in there.
The most famous words. The most famous motivational words from Uncle Luke. Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop getting black people.
Ebony is taking it to church. Y'all see her? She's taking it to church. Lord Jesus.
Yes. She can't help it. When the Lord is in you, it comes out.
The words of Book of Luke, face down, ass up.
No.
No.
That is the way.
No.
Oh God.
No.
Oh my God, Dwight.
No, look at Miles.
No. All the men are dancing. No.
Well, hey, TT.
What just happened?
TT, don't act like you wasn't at the park. Don't act like you're trying to act like you wasn't at the park.
Pat and Willie was not letting me at the park.
No, we were not going.
I had the party in my backyard.
That is not what
act like you wasn't at the park.
But it was the same party.
Was on Polk Street.
Not what we're doing. It was the same party. Let me tell you about my Sweet 16, which is completely off the subject. My daddy was at a basketball game.
I just talked about this.
At a basketball game. This is right in line with Don't Stop, Get It. So my daddy is, I think he might have been, he was at South Miami High School.
South Miami High.
Yeah, basketball game. And South Miami High was really just the bomb at that time. Mm-hmm. And he was at the game, and I had turned 16 that night. Yep. I turned 16 that day, and my daddy is in the game listening to the chatter of the students, and this one boy yells to somebody else, and April, help me if I'm telling the story wrong. Mm-hmm. The boy is like, hey, you going to Jessica party?
No, you going to the party on Polk Street.
You going to the party on Polk Street tonight?
Uh-oh.
What?
Not the party on Polk Street.
But Willie sat there like,
yeah.
There's a party on Polk Street? Got it.
Knowing him, he killed that party on Polk Street.
Oh, party was dead.
He was like, I might stop by.
Let me tell you. Yeah, he realized that was his Polk Street. It wasn't just Polk Street.
It wasn't just his Polk Street. It was his party.
It was his Polk Street.
It wasn't just his Polk Street. It was his party.
Yeah, that he cooked for. That he cooked for.
You know, Daddy used to go ahead and throw it on the grill for the party.
Ribs ain't nothing but the truth. You know that.
What?
Man.
Boy, that was the first time I ever had them.
And let me tell you, they don't stop and got it that night. We had a blast.
Shout out, Skip.
Yes, shout out, Daddy. Now wait, look. This, when I saw Monique's Ode to Black Women.
Talk about it.
I had to sit back and think about how I was raised as a 50-year-old woman and the life that I've lived. So putting that into context, let's just hear what it was that she wanted Black women to grasp.
I said last.
Yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10, right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get them in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and their slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves?
My sweet babies, Lord Jesus, the supple from my being is just trying to nestle down to you and provide to you the nourishment that your body needs. But while I am saying all of this, what I am really saying to you is there is something about a first impression.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, Jody, are you serious?
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, the parents show up
yes.
for teacher conferences.
Girl,
with the
they have
dance
on
on it.
nightgowns. They have on nightgowns.
For the spaghetti dinner.
What's wrong?
You had a teacher,
come to the
a
school,
principal.
whatever.
Oh,
yes.
Female principal put a code
Wow,
a dress code in because parents were doing that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that.
Yes.
For me, ladies.
April, you remember when we used to do Read to Succeed, and
Girl.
we had a infamous parent that would come to sign out her children from after school care every evening in pajamas, and she was breastly blessed, okay, and would not have on any type of support.
Voluptuous.
And
I like
every
breastly blessed the better.
her children from aftercare, okay, inappropriate.
Well, that's why. I mean, that's why her kids now, because you were doing that a long time ago. And if you were with April, that was a long time ago, and that means that her kids are of age. So that's why they're walking around with bonnets on their head now.
Well, where did it start? What happened?
So wait, so the thing that's bothering me is that the girls are saying like, only reason why you saying it's ghetto is because white people don't do it. No, ma'am, that's not it. Right. But that's not it.
April,
but that is not it.
That was the thing that was most shocking to me. The shocking thing to me was how there was such repudiation from
you digging in the crates.
All right.
How there was such repudiation from her target audience, from the sisters that she was trying to flee and reach out to and nourish their soul on some game. They were, you know what I'm saying? They really came back at her like with a swift repudiated backlash, and I was just like, but she's trying to help. Like,
but you see her response from Miles? She was like, "I said what I said." Thank you.
Yeah,
she's like, "Sweet babies, I said what I said." So y'all
absolutely. She didn't get, and you know what, Dwight? She's not supposed to get involved in the back and forth and all of that foolishness that they do on social media now when they're beefing. She's not supposed to get in because she said what she said. But more importantly, how don't they see their own faults?
That's what I don't understand.
That's
what I thought it was.
They have been brought up. They have been brought up in a culture like that. That's exactly right. That's exactly my example. When your mother goes out in public in pajamas and no bra, and your mother goes out in bonnets,
I like
your grandmother goes out in scarves and inappropriately dressed, then who are we to now step to? Who are we to now step to your child and say, baby, have a little pride about yourself, some self-worth. When you step out, you remember you represent. They don't make that connection. They don't make that connection because this has been how they have been brought up.
With my 17-year-old, and I told her, when you get to Clark Atlanta University, I will not be there with you. But if I ever hear that she was outside with a bonnet on or some house shoes, we are going to have a come to Jesus.
I'm going to beat your ass.
Thank you, Miles.
There's no way. There's no way.
For the record,
I believe that, Kevin.
For the record, I like my women bralettes. I just wanted to throw that
in. The problem that we have is that we live in a time now where you can't discipline nobody. Like when I grew up, if you get trouble, you gonna get got at school. On the way home, somebody else gonna get you. Auntie, uncle gonna get you. Then you gonna get home, you gonna get got. Now nobody to tell their kids nothing, and they be dead wrong.
But that wasn't
or like when your neighbor's dad works at your middle school.
Yeah, that was just a little.
Everything is acceptable.
It's
everything.
Hey, Sarah. I'm gonna agree with Belinda that the standards have been reduced
across the board, though,
and they are just really falling for it. Because I want to say this: there's something about growing up in an environment, seeing something, and still knowing it's wrong,
right?
And then you don't repeat it because you know it's wrong and you want to do better,
right?
And I want to be balanced, Jessica, because gentlemen, the keys that you have for your car should be able to fit comfortably in your pocket.
Right? No, y'all don't need to wear a do-rag outside.
AKA your pants are too tight. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't give a damn. How many prints and colors they put it in? You're not supposed to wear it outside.
Let me tell you what me and Belinda ran.
But you can ride the bus with it on, because that's what I grew up with. The boys rode the bus.
Oh,
with their do-rag on, and
bus, I guess.
Yeah,
that's the same thing as tying your edges down, and then you get to school, you better take it off.
Let me tell you what Belinda ran into today. Belinda made a post about Monique and what she said, and somebody said bonnets save lives. So me and Belinda were kind of making, like light of it. We were kind of joking. And so then she went into when you have people who are getting treatment for cancer, or people who are who've been in domestic violence situations and need to be covered up. And I said, wait a minute.
What?
I'm a breast cancer survivor. I wore a baseball cap. I'm a brain aneurysm survivor. They drilled into my skull. I wore a baseball cap.
You definitely won't wear no bonnet.
I didn't go outside with a bonnet on.
You have a nice head wrap on. That's fine.
So that's how they tried to justify that, Mo?
That is how they tried to justify it.
God, please.
Am I lying, Belinda?
God, please.
You know what, though? I'm going to tell you this. Listen, corporate America, white America, and I'm not going to say all, they want you to keep doing stupid stuff like that. Because there's a place for you. There's a jail for you. There's a low-paying job for you. There's a community for you. And they're going to allow you to keep going to the local grocery store down on the corner and be able to buy your little Black and Miles and doing everything else. Yeah. There's a place for you. So if you can't open your eyes and wake the hell up, they got something for you.
Mm-hmm. It's called ignorance is bliss.
Those parents be in there dead wrong. I'm talking about you can go to the cookout with the outfits they come in there with.
Oh my goodness.
But here's the funny thing, though. They barely show up to PTA meetings. They barely show up to parent-teacher conferences. But boy, if you go to Goulds Park during Pop Warner's football season, it is packed.
Listen,
it's packed.
At this point of the year,
if you take their child's cell phone, they'll be at the school.
At this point of the year,
well, ma'am, now that I have the year, let me go ahead and inform you that little Johnny is failing.
Calling
you, but I haven't
been able to. Listen, at this point of the year, like my child failing, they've had 3 Fs by this point.
3 days left.
3 Fs left.
Delete that one.
You understand? Like
3 Fs.
Okay, we're running out of time, so I want to get a couple of more things good that's in. We just came out of Mental Health Awareness Month. Osaka ended the month with telling the French Open, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to.
I'm good.
Speak with the press. That's bad for my mental health. I'm not going to do that. And then she decided to withdraw from the French Open.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then you had people like Piers Morgan coming for her.
He need to
criticizing her decision for stepping away from the French Open because of the fact that she needed to maintain her mental health. Praise God for people like Will Smith, who decided that he was going to go public and say that, Naomi, you were right. They are wrong. I am with you. And then you had people like Venus Williams.
Shots fired. Venus came through with the clap.
Excuse me. You all can't hold a candle to me.
That's right.
So one thing I don't do that Naomi does is even consider what you're saying as a thought that would determine how I feel about myself. Now that is me, but that is not Naomi. And I was just really floored about the privilege that people had in trying to justify why that young lady should not be in the French, or she should be in the French Open.
Pierce again.
She said,
is angry about a black girl, sir.
Pierce he has been rejected by too many chocolate sisters in his life. He is hurt.
They don't want him.
The mentality of the people is that you are there to entertain us.
Sir.
You are there to entertain us. That's why they feel like they can throw stuff at the basketball players. That's why they feel like they can say everything.
That's
good.
A week before the French Open, they had said that Naomi Osaka was the highest earning female athlete in the world. And she had cleared like 55.8 million last year. So she was definitely on some. No, I'm good.
Right. She was like, "Here,
I'm straight. I think
15K. I'm not gonna be able to do it."
Yeah, the red dirt that y'all do don't really.
I wish she would have. I wish she would have just. You know what I wish she would have did? I wish she would have stayed in the tournament and just told tournament officials and been like, "Hey, yeah, I'm not gonna be talking to the press while I'm kicking these people ass on this court. Listen. So listen, just do this. Total up all the fine money that is going to be, and do you want that in cash or a check, or should I get a cashier's check, or do you take it now?"
I believe that's how she felt. I believe that's how she felt.
That's what I wish she would have did. I wish she would have did again.
But mental illness and mental health is real.
Yeah. It is.
She really understood that she couldn't go anymore. With that, I mean, look at this. I'm gonna give you the money. I'm gonna give you the money, and then you still gonna talk about it.
Exactly.
Like you still gonna try to make it a narrative. You know what? I'm going to withdraw myself, and I'm sorry that me deciding that I will give you $15,000 was not enough for you to stop talking about me and distracting the French Open and talking about the fact that I won't talk to press, but deciding to not discuss the fact that so-and-so is playing so-and-so. Another thing is journalists, you've got to be responsible. You cannot think that you have the authority and ability to just ask anybody anything. I challenge the NBA, the NFL, the French Open, Wimbledon. Just like when you have an interview, a one-on-one interview, and when you're dealing with a publicist for that artist, you have to vet through the questions and approve the questions that they can be asked. You have got to treat the athletes with enough respect to vet through those questions that those journalists come and decide to ask in that media pool. It's the same thing, and that is not right. It's not right. It is. One more point, please. I'm sorry. It's the same thing as having a badge as a journalist, and you are really just there to try to tear somebody down. The same thing that happens with police officers who claim that they are cops, and then they decide to utilize their authority to just dehumanize someone. It is wrong. It is wrong on both fronts. All of that. It's wrong.
That's a whole nother show. No.
Just like what Dana was saying, it's because you are here to please me. You are supposed to do what you're here to do. This is your job, and you are supposed to entertain me. And it doesn't matter how you feel.
What I love about it is she said, "This is a game that I enjoy playing. I don't need your money. I'm here because I want to be, and now I don't want to be." So
that part.
Right.
And then that she's on top of her game. She's more scrutinized, like Miss Biles.
I was just getting ready to say Biles.
I read your mind.
Right here. This is the same stuff. This is the same stuff. How you gonna change the game?
Well, wait. Let me ask you the question, TT.
Entitlement
complex. And you're Simone. Yes. Excuse me. Why would you do something like that? Why would you do a flip that is not even granted to women? Why would you do that?
Because I can.
That was the coldest thing. Because I
can. And you mad that you can't. You mad that you can't.
Now we
gotta shut that down.
Yeah,
so
we
that,
gotta change the game. This goes back to the first statement I said when we got on here. How you spend all your time trying to bash and hate and stop us. Everything. It doesn't matter. If you do this good, it's gotta stop. We gotta change it. I'm gonna burn it down. I'm gonna change the scoring.
To quote Busta Rhymes, they hate me because they ain't me.
Ain't me.
Right.
Amen. Amen.
But every time they set the bar higher, we jump over it anyway.
Right.
Let's keep moving.
Literally, like my man in the long jump.
That's what we have inside of us. That's in our DNA. You can never erase it.
She didn't do it.
That's right. He jumped out the box.
She's just able to do it. She's just able to do it. Why?
Well, here's the other thing too. Just to think about it. I mean, these guys. You're on your job, and journalists hate on you. People in the audience, the stands hate on you. They hate you because you are successful. But guess what? What if I came to your job and throw popcorn on your wife, or spit on your daughter, or threw a bottle at your brother? How would you feel?
You don't even have to do that, Roy. You don't even have to do that. All you have to do is look intimidating and aggressive, and then all of a sudden there's a role reversal, and they will claim to be the victim.
Did you see the New Jersey Housewives? They have a black woman on there, or it's New York Housewives. They have a black woman on there, and the black woman was getting with them, and they told her that she was being aggressive.
Of course, and these are killers, right?
They said she was being aggressive. Yeah.
I had an HR rep tell me that one time, and I told her, no, I'm not.
There's an old cliche that says, "Don't get mad at the praise you don't get for the work you're not willing to do."
A word by Deacon Dana.
Where my wallet? I'm throwing my wallet on the electric plate, boy.
This is communion right here.
Right.
Look at the church over here.
Look at that.
Open the battles.
Let the church
like a real solid hood preacher. Dana took the sip of the alcohol.
Let the church. Well, what y'all know about that?
We gonna see. We gonna see.
I heard the culture was gonna be at the Mayweather.
The culture gonna be at that thing.
The culture got media passes. We all up in that thing.
I heard that they had a ticket for me, so I need to.
They sure do.
Oh, there we
Bring
go.
your flight.
Listen,
the chief coming to get you.
Chief say gonna get you by noon. By noon that day.
By noon. Chief's gonna get you, Mo.
I'm gonna be there by noon. I'm gonna be there by noon.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is Floyd Mayweather, when he first came out to the stage at the first press conference, he said this is a black and white thing.
Oh, and you heard him say that. That wasn't no journalist telling you what was said. You was in the media pool.
I was there.
You heard him say that out his own
black
mouth.
And white thing. He said, "Guess what? I'm gonna beat you and
look,
beat your brother."
TT, or as my friends on Polk Street would say, "Out your own mouth."
Out your own mouth.
Out your own mouth.
All I'm saying is,
MOUF.
Floyd gotta knock his dude out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I can't accept just a win. I need a knockout.
What time do I need to be there?
Baby, the doors open at 5.
The doors open at 5.
And the first match is at 5:15. Showtime starts at 8 o'clock.
All right.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I think he just
my
goes.
transportation together.
Well, Floyd said the fight gonna go as long as he wanted to go.
Exactly.
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said.
I have a question. So this is I can't remember, right? So Floyd, is he known for knocking people out?
He can.
Or is he known for wearing them out?
No, he can do both.
He's the latter.
But he hasn't knocked out somebody in a few years.
The latter.
Earl, we got a ticket for you. Earl, we got a ticket for you.
Floyd said he's an entertainer.
If you get to Miami, we got a ticket in our suite for you.
Don't do that.
You let us know. Earl, you let us know.
He is arguably the best defensive boxer of all time.
Arguably the best fighter of all time.
One of them.
I need y'all to hold on for 1 second.
Mokita need a moment.
He gonna make you get tired.
Mokita, that's not your ticket.
You're not here, bitch.
Babu, please, Babu.
Mokita, you got your ticket. Mokita, shh. Mokita, you got it. Mokita.
Oh Lord, girl, you gotta get in trouble.
Look, Latif not on here to put you in cargo. He gone. He gone, Pit. He can't come to Charlie Brown. He can't come to Charlie Brown.
Listen, I'm about to call all my friends, and they all gonna give me $20, and I'm gonna get there.
That's right.
Don't let me play that. Don't let me play that. That split. That spirit. Don't let me play that spirit.
Are you gonna call your Ohio friends, your Atlanta friends?
And I'm starting with y'all. When I get off, I need a cash app from each one of y'all.
Mokita about to use them 3 magic words on the shield.
Got
on
it.
The shield.
Cash app is on the hood. Roy, cash app is on the hood.
Y'all are mad.
On the shield, I'm gonna need.
Well, look. Even if they do come to the fight on Sunday, I know who's not gonna be able to post about it because Trump is not going to be able to post on Facebook for the next years. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hate, boy.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out to Miami's finest, Mark Zuckerberg.
But he'll be in the White House.
Killian Cougars.
He'll be in the White House by August.
Yeah, he said it. He said he's going to be.
I hope not.
Back in the White House.
Yeah, he said there's a whole thing that's about to happen.
Yeah,
he's been telling folks that, and by folks I mean clearly himself in the mirror.
It's not just
I don't know what world he lives in.
People that really believe him.
Oh no, I agree. There are definitely crazy folks out there that really believe him as well.
Yeah, he's not the problem. It's the people that believe in him that's the problem.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy,
I still have a problem with y'all too. Whoever y'all out there that still vote for Trump 2 times,
look, don't
we
forget,
still got beef. We still got beef.
The hate.
All I gotta say is Trump running for president is good for business. That's that part. And let's leave on this note.
Now in a
Stephen A.
Ohio, because it's time for us to go.
Again? Well, of course, yes.
Again with Ohio?
Ohio.
But this is a good thing, Dwight. I mean, Dana, I'm sorry.
Man,
y'all look alike. We look alike. I just don't have a beard or don't have the same name.
I put a hat on, so me didn't look alike.
Low hair and beard.
Hurry up and play this clip so they can leave it.
Now an amazing moment to tell you about it, the commencement ceremony at Wilberforce University over the weekend. As University President Albert Anthony Pinkard was wrapping up his speech, he gave all the graduates an even bigger reason to celebrate.
We wish to give you a fresh start. So therefore, the Wilberforce University Board of Trustees has authorized me to forgive any debt.
That is right. The classes of 20 and 21 at the Dayton Area University will have their loans from the college paid off. It was made possible by the United Negro College Fund, Jack and Jill Incorporated, and other institutional funding. Wilberforce University is the nation's first private, historically black university.
TT, I saw you get excited about Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill in this house.
I saw you.
All 64 graduates will be happy.
That's right.
You disrespectful that.
That was good. That was good.
Listen, I'll take it.
They better all be somebody else.
It's a start.
Listen, I need y'all to stand
all 64.
Listen, I need
what name that school is
to do it too.
What name that school is?
4 years.
It's Wilberforce University.
Wilberforce University.
Man, you see homeboys praise dancing in the middle of the aisle once they made that announcement.
Your auto tune's messing up there.
Yeah, your auto tune messing up. Your auto tune.
Slow down there.
Zap and Rogers. All right, guys, it's been another great show. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Peace.